All right, if you're an indie founder and you're trying to build a high leverage side business, something you can actually run in just a few hours a week, well, this is the playbook you've been waiting for. It's a proven model for creating a scalable asset without eating up all your time. Let's jump right in.
I mean, isn't that the dream for any founder? A business that actually grows without demanding more of your time or more of your cash. Most side hustles, right? Whether it's freelancing or consulting, they just hit a wall. This playbook, though, is all about building something designed to smash through that wall from day one.
So, here's the core idea. You're going to build and sell ready-made analytics dashboards and calculators as digital templates. It's a really simple, super direct, and honestly an incredibly powerful concept. You are creating a digital asset that you build once, and you can sell it, well, an infinite number of times.
Okay, so you might be wondering, why this model specifically? Out of all the things you could be building, why we laser focus on templates? Well, the answer really comes down to two things: leverage and simplicity.
Just think about the alternative for a minute. You could offer all this as a service, right? But that road is just a total headache. You're talking slower client onboarding, complex data ops, way too much support overhead. Templates, on the other hand, are a pure digital product. They're faster to launch, they're infinitely easier to scale, and for any founder who really values their time, they are the obvious choice.
So let's get into the nitty-gritty and break down exactly how this business works. Once you see the core components, you'll understand just how achievable this really is.
And here's the most important part: the focus. Your target customer isn't some huge enterprise company. No, it's other indie founders and creators, people making less than $10K a month. And their pain is so real. They don't know which metrics actually matter, and they waste a ton of time trying to figure it out. You solve this with plug-and-play, statistically sound dashboards. Simple as that.
And you know what's cool is your target market is probably wider than you think. It's not just one group. We're talking indie SaaS founders, people running newsletters, small Shopify stores, no-code app builders. All of these are real, viable niches, and they all have that same core problem. They're drowning in data they just don't understand.
So how do you price this stuff? Well, you start with an entry-level, single template offer, something in the $15 to $39 range. This is your impulse buy tier. A founder sees an instant solution to a problem that's been bugging them, and at this price, it's just an easy yes. No need for a sales call, no demo, the value speaks for itself.
Next up, you introduce bundles. This is the fastest way to increase your average order value. Think about it. A SaaS Essentials pack that combines a cohort dashboard, maybe a pricing calculator, and experiment tracker. By bundling these together, you're delivering huge value and can easily price it in that sweet spot of $49 to $99.
And finally, here's the pro move. You introduce a low-touch, recurring revenue stream with a pro add-on. For an annual fee, maybe $39 to $79, customers get quarterly updates, new templates, a bit of light support. This is how you go from just one-off sales to a much more predictable, sustainable business.
Okay, so the model is clear. But how do you actually build this thing? Let's walk through the 12-week launch plan that takes you from just an idea to your very first sale, all while working just 1 to 3 hours a week. This timeline makes it so tangible, right? Week 1, you pick your niche. By week 3, you've got a landing page up. And check out week 5, public launch. You are not waiting for months and months to get this out into the world. After that, it's all about adding more value, bundles, affiliates, and then scaling up. It's a sprint, not a marathon.
This right here, this should be your mantra for the entire plan. Your goal isn't perfection, it's speed and validation. Ship a minimum viable template, get it into the hands of real people, and then iterate based on what they tell you. You need to focus on solving the problem, not getting lost in some branding rabbit hole. Okay, now for what I like to call the secret weapon. Look, anyone can build a spreadsheet, but your unfair advantage is using basic statistical principles to de-risk your decisions and build a product that is just fundamentally better than the competition.
And here's how you do it. First, you validate demand with a simple landing page before you even build anything. Then, you A/B test your pricing to find that perfect number. You use a simple framework to prioritize what you should build next, and you bake statistically sound formulas right into your templates, creating value that nobody else has.
And that framework? It's called ICE scoring. And seriously, it is going to be your best friend as a solo founder. For any new idea you have, you just score it based on its potential impact, your confidence it'll work, and the ease of actually building it. This simple little framework is your best defense against wasting weeks building something nobody actually wants. All right, let's get real for a second.
No plan is complete if you don't acknowledge the risks. So let's tackle the potential problems head-on and talk about how to stay focused when things get tough.
The great thing is, for every major risk in this model, there's a pre-planned solution. Worried nobody will buy it? Validate demand first with a smoke test. Afraid of getting buried in support tickets? Build a great FAQ. Prone to scope creep? We all are. Just limit your first version to a single, focused dashboard. This isn't about hoping for the best, it's about planning for reality.
And listen, if you ever feel overwhelmed, here's your emergency break. Just simplify. Focus on one niche, one tool like Google Sheets, and one marketplace like Gumroad. Cap your support time. This isn't giving up. It's being smart. It's a strategic move to make sure you keep making progress even when life gets crazy.
And finally, how do you know if you're actually winning? Let's close this out by focusing on the handful of simple, crucial metrics you need to track. This is how you measure success without drowning yourself in data.
First up, your conversion rate. The goal here is pretty simple. You want to see about 1 to 3% of cold traffic, people from Twitter or Reddit, turn into customers. For warmer traffic, like from your email list, you should be aiming for something higher than 3%. These are realistic, totally achievable targets for a good offer.
So, what does that actually look like in your bank account? Well, by the end of that 12-week sprint, a realistic target is somewhere between $50 and $200 a week. Now, that might not be life-changing money, but it is powerful proof that you're onto something and it's a foundation you can really build on.
And the last thing to watch is your refund rate. This is basically your health check. It's the #1 indicator of product's market fit and the quality of your marketing. If you can keep this below 5%, it's a great sign that your product is delivering on its promise and your landing page is setting the right expectations.
So there you have it, the entire playbook, from just an idea to your first $100 a week. The plan is all laid out for you. The only question left is the one right here. Your first dashboard is just 12 weeks away. So, what are you going to build?